Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's that boy who? It's that boy what? It is that boy Ralphie. And yes, it is keeping it real with Ralphie. Now, y'all probably wondering why your boy Ralphie is here. What I got to talk about. Anywho, of course, even though I was supposed to do this last week, y'all, I am so sorry that I am late with this, but this is my Royal Rumbles recap. Now, of course, even though I had a top 3 for the men's and the women, and it was funny that neither one of my top 3 won from both sides. So, first and foremost, we start off with the women's Royal Rumble match, which was incredible in itself, because you had the new signing Jordan Grace that popped up. You had Roxanne Perez that popped up. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. The women's Royal Rumble, the thing is, the women's Royal Rumble, it never too much disappointed to me, as long as it's been going on. If you actually want to be real and honest, especially all the winners that we've came across throughout the years, literally from it being from like Oscar being the very first women's Royal Rumble winner. Then, of course, the next year, Becky Lynch. Then, after that, it was Charlotte. Then, it was Bianca Belair. It was Bianca Belair. Then, who won the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble match? Oh, Ronda Rousey. Well, seeing Ronda Rousey win the women's Royal Rumble match in 2022 kind of was probably the only one I changed my mind. It was probably the only one I know that was probably upsetting to me. And then, of course, Rhea Ripley ended up winning it. Then Bayley won it. Now Charlotte has won it twice. Charlotte is the first woman in the women's Royal Rumble to win it twice, which is nothing wrong with it, but it was just like you had half and half with Charlotte winning the women's Royal Rumble match. You had one half that was actually happy that she won. You had the other half that was mad. And I'm not gonna lie, don't get me wrong, it was good. It was good to see her back. I'm not gonna lie to you. But in my honest opinion, if it was actually somebody I really think they should have gave it to, y'all could have get it to I wouldn't even say Liv Morgan. I wouldn't even say Liv Morgan, but y'all could have gave it to Nia Jax. But at some point, I quote unquote understand why they did that with Charlotte, because the thing with that is. The crazy thing with that is, I guess with the Charlotte situation and how they going about it, I'm not the type of person to sit here and judge. Like, I guess, with Charlotte, with the reputation she has of her father, but I'm not even gonna cap Charlotte. And y'all technically she's a way better wrestler. She's a better wrestler in my eyes than her father was, if you technically want to be honest. She's a little bit more better than what her father was. Don't get me wrong, Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, the legend, all that. Ric Flair was cold as hell on the mic and good at talking shit, but Charlotte, and like Foz in the ring, Charlotte can actually back it up. But not even gonna lie to you, Charlotte, she hasn't made her choice yet, which we already know she's probably going to go to Tiffany Stratton, even though mommy is forcing herself upon her. Then, of course, we had the 2 out of 3 falls tag team match with DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns, which I'm not gonna lie, I did want the Motor City Machine Guns to win, but the Street Profits got involved because, of course, if y'all know, you know, DIY attacked the Street Profits and ended up injuring them, basically to the point where they couldn't compete for the tag team title, so they made their mark and interfered in the match. Even though I'm not gonna lie, even though some people said the match was random, I'm not gonna lie to you, that match was very underrated, if you ask me, because, like I said, literally sitting up watching watching not I say Street Profits, watching the Motor City Machine Guns for so many years in TNA and how they just dominated TNA. They dominated the tag team division in TNA. And it was just like, you feel me, like seeing these guys in WWE now, especially seeing that they won tag team gold, is so crazy to me in WWE, because I never thought we would have actually. I would have never thought we was a scene. I would have never thought we would have actually got a chance to see these guys wrestling in WWE, because you feel me, they was in New Japan. They was in New Japan, TNA. They was, you feel me, you basically say they was all over the damn world. And it's just like my take, literally, my take of this match was, it wasn't like, I want to say I get this match. I had to give that. If I had to pick a rate, I had to give that match like a solid 7. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it wasn't bad. You feel me? Like, dead ass, it wasn't bad. It was an actual good match, if you technically want to be honest and real. Then, of course, you had the American Nightmare versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship in a ladder match. And of course, we all know the history that a ladder match has in its way, if you want to be technically real. Because, you know, of course, some of the all-time greats have been put on phenomenal ladder matches. And we all know who was who. Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon for the undisputed Intercontinental Championship. Who else? Of course, you know, the tag, leave it up as a tables, ladders, and chairs match. But you had Edge and Christian versus the Hardys in the ladder match, in the tag team ladder matches, the Dudleys, just all literally, and then not even like, you literally had some of the all-time greats and literally in ladder matches, and like, I'm not gonna lie to you, most people had their talk about the match. And I'm not gonna lie, it was some moments in that match that made you say, "Oh, I know that hurt." Like, ooh, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then it's just like, literally, from what I'm not gonna lie, from what I've seen and how I'm looking at things. And you might, like I said, Cody Rhodes' heel turn might be on the way soon. I kind of sort of feel it a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie to you, if Cody Rhodes go heel, I'm not gonna cap. I actually will fuck with it if he go heel. Like, dead ass. If he go heel, I actually will fuck with it, because just literally, we will actually get a chance to see the actual. Don't get me wrong, the American Nightmare is cool. Like his persona, all that is cool. His aura is cool. But just picture Cody Rhodes with a Homelander act. Like, dead ass. Just picture him with a Homelander act. And just picture, and literally just picture him with just a, you feel me, with an attitude shift. More of a cocky thing behind it. But we'll get into detail with that. But other than that, you know, not even gonna lie to you, seeing that Kevin Owens failed to win, and of course we know Sami Zayn came out there, which I literally thought Sami Zayn was gonna cost Cody. He was gonna help Kevin Owens and cost Cody that title, but to my instincts, I was proven wrong. He didn't. He basically just came out there to, I guess, check up on both of them. And of course, if you know, you know. Cody Rhodes put that man through a ladder off the Alabama Slammer. You would have thought that man's neck was broke how he landed. I'm talking about when he went down, they went like, bow. And I was like, oh. And you know, like I said, Cody Rhodes is still your WWE champion of the world. And then, of course, we have the men's Royal Rumble match, where we had some amazing moments, where you have some people that made their Royal Rumble debut. And with the first two starting, it was Rey Mysterio, the GOAT of Lucha Libre, Rey Mysterio, and of course, WWE's newest superstar. But little do most people know, this is all, he's been around the whole entire world. Y'all may know him as Penta, but I know him as Pentagon Jr. They were the first two to start off the Royal Rumble. And of course, you know, more and more start filling up. And there was some incredible moments in the Royal Rumble. And I'm not even going to, like I said, this was probably one of the best men's Royal Rumble match I've seen in a while. Like, don't get me wrong, last year wasn't bad at all. The year before that could have been better, but it was decent. Literally, like, for the past few years, the men's Royal Rumble it's been good. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but like I said, this was probably one of the best men's Royal Rumbles I've seen in quite some time, because you had Penta that made his Royal Rumble debut. You had Jacob Fatu. You had, like, literally the list goes on with all superstars that was there, that was in the Royal Rumble. You know, of course, you had Big Jim, Jimmy Uso. You had Carmelo Hayes. You had Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre. You had AJ, the returning AJ Styles. Hell, you even had the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Joe Hendry. Do you believe in Joe Hendry? Because if you believe in Joe Hendry, clap your hands. Because I believe in Joe Hendry. You feel me? But but other than that, y'all, you know, not even going to lie to you, most people was not expecting Jay to win the Royal Rumble. I'm not even going to lie to you. I wasn't even expecting Jay to win the Royal Rumble. Because if you've seen my previous video, my Royal Rumble predictions, and literally saw who I actually had on my thing for the men's Royal Rumble, I had either Roman Reigns, CM Punk, or John Cena. And what's so crazy about it, when I seen CM Punk eliminate Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, I'm like, okay, there goes one of my picks that's out. And then, of course, you had crybaby punk-ass Logan Paul eliminate CM Punk, which pissed me off. And I'm not even going to lie to you. Then we were left with 3. We only had Logan Paul, John Cena, and we had Logan Paul, John Cena. We had Logan Paul, John Cena, and Jey Uso. Of course, Jey Uso and John Cena, you damn near could say they both double team Logan Paul to get him out the ring, which was a smart idea, because you feel me, don't nobody want to see Logan Paul in WrestleMania, main event WrestleMania right now. Like, get him up out of there. Then, you know, we were left with 2. We were left with John Cena and Jey Uso. You had, don't get me wrong, you had some people sitting here saying this was the worst Royal Rumble. This is the worst Royal Rumble that they've witnessed. Well, the worst men's Royal Rumble match they've witnessed. My whole thing with this, to the 50% that is mad, that is actually mad that John Cena got eliminated. Don't get me wrong. I wanted John Cena to win. I'll be completely real and honest with y'all. I wanted John Cena to win. But seeing Jey Uso finally get what he deserved, it was even more exciting. And then not even just that. Y'all got to think about it. John Cena hasn't won a match since... John Cena has not won a match since 2018. Let's be completely real and honest with one another right now. But I'm not even going to cap. I won't be surprised with this next PLE coming up, Elimination Chamber, they let John Cena win and fight Cody. Which, I'm not going to lie, would be a bang of a match, hopefully. But, not like I said, the thing with, like, the thing is that I'm saying, the thing is that I'm saying, the men's Royal Rumble match, like I said, this is probably one of the best men's Royal Rumble match in a while to actually sit there and watch and be entertained with. And then it was just like, you feel me, like I said, you had Roman Reigns, you had CM Punk, you had Seth Rollins, you had AJ Styles, you had John Cena, you had Jimmy and Jey Uso, you had fucking, who else? You had LA Knight, you had, literally, this Royal Rumble was star-studded, and you cannot tell me it wasn't. And the thing, to all the people that's sitting here saying that this Royal Rumble was horrible, what was so horrible about it? Because Jay won? What was wrong? What was wrong with Jay winning? Don't get me wrong, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Don't get me wrong. I am a big John Cena fan. I'm not gonna hold y'all to that. I am a very big John Cena fan. But my whole thing with this, and this is complete honesty. Don't y'all want to see John Cena at least win? Like, I'm gonna say that we know down the line they gonna give John Cena 17. We know that, but I don't see them give it to him right now. And my thing with this is, like I said, Jey Uso. We literally all know who he was going after from the start anyway. He's going after Gunther to literally sit here and prove that he can actually, because he said it when he came out after he lost the Saturday Night Main Event, I can beat him. And little do you know, I guarantee you, WrestleMania, Jay is going to show everybody that he can beat Gunther, and I cannot wait to see it. But like I said, y'all, this year's Royal Rumble was, like I said, this year's Royal Rumble was probably one of the best Royal Rumbles I've seen in quite some time. Not even gonna lie to you. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The person that won 2 years back to back, I was so happy that he came back to WWE and came back and won both of those Royal Rumbles. And he finished his story last year, which is Cody Rhodes. Now, Jey Uso has to finish his story and do what he got to do. And like I said, this year's Royal Rumble was probably one of, like I'm going to keep saying, it was probably one of the best Royal Rumbles I've seen in so long. And I'm actually happy that, I'm actually excited that Jey won. Charlotte here and now. But, like I said, when it's all said and done, I really do feel like this year's WrestleMania is going to be something to, remember. But other than that, y'all, like I said, your boy Ralphie is finna go ahead and get up out of here. If you come across this video, make sure you leave a like. If you want to comment. If you want to share. But also, make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't have to ever miss a Keeping It Real with Ralphie. And like I'm going to say this before I go. I know I tell y'all I'm finna be consistent, but like I said, things happen. So now I will be completely honest. I can't promise y'all, but I will try to be consistent. Literally, when I say I will try to be more consistent with this. So your boy Ralph finna go ahead and get up out of here. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Peace.